Well, welcome back to day 3 of my KATY Trail adventure. I'm coming to you from inside the Turner KATY Shelter House in Tebbets. And this is where I spent my night. So there are several bunks here that people can sleep in. There's also an upstage area. I won't show that to you today. I shared it with 3 other people last night. So any given night, you never know how many people are going to stay here. This is the 3rd time that I've stayed here, but I haven't stayed here in 16 years. You can see behind me, there's a little kitchen facility. I used the microwave last night. There is a refrigerator and freezer where you can freeze some ice cubes for your journey. There are no restaurants in Tebbets or even close. But there is a solution to that, and let me show you. So this young lady who lives here locally, she has started a program, or I guess a business, feeding people that need a meal. And her name is Rachel. Her phone number and everything is right here on the refrigerator. I did not have supper because I didn't know if it would be available. I made my own, but I just had breakfast, and I can tell you it was amazing. Pancakes, eggs, sausage, coffee. So that's an option here in Tebbets. And by the way, if you're just passing for lunch, call her. She will also make you lunch. The number is also on the outside of the Turner house. So I'm about ready to head west. It was fortuitous that I stayed here last night because we did have some thunderstorm warnings move through here. And you just can't plan that sort of thing. Being inside was the ideal situation. The next few nights I'm going to be camping. It could possibly rain, but today is just a beautiful day. That rain that came through dropped the degrees about 15 degrees. It got up to about 91 yesterday, and the winds were howling. And that's the one thing that really slowed me down. And not that speed is a factor, but the loss of battery life. I lost battery about 4 miles from here. So I just alternated from pedaling and then getting off and walking because I was quite sore. This is a cute, quaint little town. Very quiet this morning as I get ready to take off. There's the shelter house. There's the post office. 16 years ago, there used to be a bar and grill here, but no more. That's why Rachel is a real angel for making people food if they want it. Meal costs $15, and believe me, it is worth it. I even made sure I gave her a little bit more than that to help support what I would call a ministry. Let me say one more thing about the Turner house before I start heading on my journey today. It costs $10 a night. There are envelopes inside that you pay your $10, and believe it or not, you just drop it in the mailbox at the post office. You don't even have to put a stamp on it. I don't know how that works, but that's what they said to do. There is also a registration process online, so they make sure they know who stayed here. As of last night, hot water did not work. I tried the best I could to take a cold shower. I got through washing my hair and my face, but I just couldn't take it anymore because it was well water, and then I just sponge bath the rest of myself. If you stay here in the future, they may have a new water heater. It might work, but it did not work for us last night. I just passed the 10-mile mark on my journey, and right over there is Jefferson City, the city of my birth. I also see a little bit of weather going on over there. Hopefully that will pass to the north of us. It looks like it might. Crossing under the highway to get to North Jefferson. Welcome to Jefferson City. Now, if you ride over here, you can ride into Jefferson City over a pedestrian bridge. Years ago, there was no way to get to Jeff City from here, not safely at all. There was a shuttle service, I believe, that would take people in, but about 12, 13 years ago, they built a pedestrian portion on the bridge so you can get over there. I'm not going today, I don't need to. Plus that would be extra miles putting on the battery. Seems to me like this bridge is a lot higher than some of the others, a little different construction of it. Okay, you can see some of the weather just north of us. I really hope it stays that way. You can see it's getting a lot darker. I expect I will run into some sort of weather tonight. Cedar Creek. Over there to the Missouri River. Very nice canopy of trees in this area. This is actually a day I want sunshine. It has cooled off significantly from yesterday, but I'm not complaining. I'd rather have coolness like this than 100-degree indexes. Doing some dredging on the Missouri River. This is how they keep the channel open for barges. Well, I never really see a lot of barges up and down the Missouri. That's more of the Mississippi. And right back there was another Lewis and Clark encampment. I didn't stop to read the sign, but probably in May or June they were, yeah, it was probably still May of 1804 they were camping right along this area. I have now gone a little over 100 miles on my entire journey. The first mile marker I saw right before Weldon Spring was 49, and this is 149. The clouds are gone now, or the rain clouds anyway, and it looks like I might be free and clear. I must be living right. All right, there's a little park here where it's free tent camping, but I understand they also have a place to charge up. And after yesterday's debacle, I decided I'm just going to spend some time here in Hartsburg and charge my battery. All right, so this is Hartsburg. Very nice little gazebo. Actually, not little at all. It's very large. I know sometimes people camp inside of here, especially when it's raining. It is free. There are no facilities other than, of course, the trailhead. So let's discuss what's going on here. I'm learning as I go, of course. I was down to under 50% battery life, and I had just gone a little over 22 miles. I have 35 miles to my destination. So I obviously wasn't going to make it. I could have done what I did yesterday, drop down to pedal assist 1 and hope for the best, but we saw what happened yesterday. I ran out of power about 4 miles, and yesterday I was only going 54 miles total. Today it's closer to 60. So I'm just going to hang out here for a couple of hours and charge these batteries up. I hope I can charge them to 100% in about 2 hours. We'll see. Like I said before, time is not really a factor. The sun is still shining at about 8:15. You can even ride a little bit after that. So I know I've probably made some mistakes on this journey. I packed way too much stuff. I know that now. In the future, I'm going to pack way less. I'm going to look for some quick drying clothing that I can wash nightly so that I don't have to go through this. After this journey, I'm going to go through all my things and say, okay, I don't need this, I don't need that, I need this. Try to downsize as much as I can. Weight is one of the biggest factors. Yesterday I thought it was the wind, and I think the wind did make a difference, but I'm about deciding that weight is the dominant factor. Okay, so it's about 12:30 in the afternoon here in Hartsburg. As you can see in the distance, there is a storm. Checking the radar, it could skirt by here about 1:30, so in about 1 hour. So what I've decided to do is just to hunker down here, see what happens. Again, I'm in no particular hurry. Both batteries are getting charged up. I just checked the main battery and it was a little over 80%, heading toward 85%. So if I wait another hour, I think I'll be almost at 100%. So I might as well just do that, wait out the storm in this nice gazebo. I had a little bit of a snack. I didn't need a full lunch after that huge, wonderful breakfast I had. So just stay tuned to see what ends up happening. And I decided to bring the bike up into the gazebo. I figure I might as well. Not a great idea to have it charging out there in the rain. And I want to keep it dry, especially all my stuff that I have on here. I think it'll be safe to charge it right there. There are quite a few outlets around this gazebo. I did discover one outlet right about there. Does not work, but several others do work. And of course the main one right there worked really well, but didn't want the bike sitting out in the rain if it hits around 1:30. It's currently a little after 12:30. Well, the storm never did hit here. It did storm somewhere, not too far from here, but we just got a few sprinkles. It's now 1:30 in the afternoon. I've set 1:45 for me to leave. Batteries are not quite fully charged. I really have no way of checking this auxiliary battery. I just have to go by the light and it's red still. The main battery I have been checking periodically. I unplug it and then I turn it on, and I'm at least at 90%. Theoretically, that should get me there easily, but I'm still probably going to be very conservative as I ride on because I do have 35 miles to go. And with the weight that I'm carrying, I don't know if it'll drain the battery much faster. The good thing is it's not windy today like it was yesterday. So again, be taking off in a couple of minutes. Before I take off, let me show you a little bit of Hartsburg. This is the volunteer park where I've been charging. It's called Volunteer Park because after the floods of 1993, volunteers came in to rebuild it. All of this was underwater in 1993. Here's a neat little caboose here. I don't know if that's an Airbnb or what, but I'd love to stay in there sometime. And right across is a restaurant called The Berg. I would have eaten here if I'd been hungry, but after that large breakfast I had, I was not hungry. And down there is the post office. I walked along that street down there. That's pretty cool, some neat buildings. An old railroad town that has survived somewhat. There is a hotel down there that I read it was one of the largest hotels between St. Charles and Kansas City at one time. And it was a bed and breakfast, but it's not open this year in 2024.